So I did not have any machinist blue with me, so I just used Sharpie. As you can see, I put the black on there if you look really close. Then I went into the specs for the unit, and it was 33 to 44 foot-pounds of torque. And so I torqued it down, and you can see after torquing it down, it's only hitting on that little tiny, and that is really tiny edge there. It's not, I wouldn't even call that a FLAIR barely. And because this was not the original nut that came with this unit. This was the nut that came on the copper line, a cheap piece of garbage. And it's only touching barely any flare. You can see a little bit of black right there. It's a real narrow footprint. And that is its only touching surface right there compared to originals. Now, if you do this to the originals and you torque them down, you will see that they have a full face where they nearly go across the entire surface and they have a wide band. But this one has a little tiny narrow band because this was machined at one angle from one manufacturer in one part of the world, and this was machined from this manufacturer. Actually, the piping manufacturer doesn't make these usually, but they're a different part of the world, a different company with different tolerances, and the tolerances don't match. And this was something my father showed me when I was a kid. Okay, I wasn't even in high school. So of course everybody knows this, because this you were shown again when you took machine shop, when you were inside school, when you took metal shop, let's say you were showed to use your machining blue. If you're in automotive, you did engine rebuilds, you did stuff like that, so you know this stuff. But for those who never decided to go to any schooling because they were told that you can learn everything on the field by breaking customer stuff and ruining equipment, that's another method of learning. If so you desire to learn in that method, you can, it's okay, go ahead and do that. But for those naysayers who always say, if you have the perfect flare and you have the perfect torque, you're gonna get the perfect fitting. Well, not if some jerk off went and used the OEM, the copper, the fittings that came with the cheap line set, take off the OEM original where both halves were machined by the same company perfectly to match. This is just another one of those indicators that quality and education do pay, unless you love destroying customers' equipment and having motors burn out because they run low on refrigerant and it roasts the compressor. If that's what your goal is, then go ahead and keep doing what you've been doing. It's making me a lot of money. Thank you very much.